Now get ready for the power of Groove.ai. Become a member of Groove today. We'll groove all the way. Automate your marketing with the power of Groove.ai. Discover the secrets today. Groove.ai is starting now. Now get ready for the power of Groove.ai. Become a member of Groove today. We'll groove all the way. Automate your marketing with the power of Groove.ai. Discover the secrets today. Groove.ai is starting now.
All right, Donna, can you hear me? I wasn't getting, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a Groove.ai training. I'm your friendly host, Mike Filsaime, and we're going to be going through some training today and some AI news and some updates on the software platform and different things like that. Let me move my microphone a little bit closer. And boy, lots of exciting stuff going on today. Let's see what we've got going on in the chat. Just full transparency, I'm over here just eating some pancakes and talking about the mastermind that's coming up in a couple of days. And I get a little text from Donna and she says, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I don't know, was I texting you crabby or cranky? Like, what's giving you off that vibe? And then I look back at the previous text and it says, the live stream's starting in 1 minute. I'm like, oh my God. For some reason in my head, I thought I had a whole hour. So you can imagine, I said, just play the music. I'll be in there. I was literally just wiping down the whiteboard a minute ago. Let's see who we've got here in the chat. We'll go from the most recent. How did you create that photo where it zooms out indefinitely? I'm sure we did that with, how did you? Did we show something, Donna, in the video, like it was doing a zoom out? I'm pretty familiar with those different tools that do that. That's some AI software that does, you put it.
Yeah, I believe it's just a video clip with the robot in the center of it. So it took a video clip and added the robot to it. So it looks like it's zooming out on the robot, but it's just a stock video footage.
Yeah, so I will do that on our next live stream. I'll try to take a mental note for you to show you how to do that, or we'll just do a reacts video to one of these channels that there was one that basically, it might even have been Matt Wolf. He showed about 8 different, and I might even have it in my favorites. Usually those things I'll save in my AI favorites, where you can upload a photo and there's all different free tools out there that will create parallax or turn it into a 3D world. So let's see, other questions we have here. Just finished a Roger call. Oh, okay. So Lords Gant says, just finished a Roger Hamilton call. Congrats on the Groove Genius Groove partnership. Yeah, we'll talk about that one time in the future here. Let's see what else we got here. We got Amanda saying, just a tag to somebody there. We got a hey Mike there, and somebody said, where was it here? Well, we'll just jump on in. Let's see what we have. A question here. Will this training be up for a while? So yeah, it's always going to be on our YouTube channel. Anything that we stream. Oh, well, this one here will be in our Facebook group. I believe we're streaming this. Donna, thumbs up just to the AI group, or is this everybody?
No, we also stream to YouTube because the last time we just streamed to our AI group, Facebook was having some challenges. So although our updates are usually backers only, we're streaming to YouTube now. So everybody can see it. And we'll just keep it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do, Donna? I'm going to just for everyone here, it's not necessarily an AI thing, but let me get my phone. And we'll just show some things that are happening here at the studio. So just so everybody knows, that looks horrible. That shirt's got to go. Can't have that there. We were doing some shoots here yesterday in the studio. So there's a new update for your iPhone, for those of you that are on iPhones, that is for iOS 17. Many of you may not know it because it's the first time that they didn't give the notification. They're trying to roll it out very, very slow. But if you do go into your general settings, you can do an update. And they've added a new feature that allows you to, let's see, I'm going to go into the settings here. And if your phone is on your Wi-Fi, and let's see, interesting, it doesn't work with, it works with Zoom. It doesn't work with StreamYard, interestingly enough. Let me check my Wi-Fi, make sure I'm on the same Wi-Fi network. And we are. So what you can do, like with Zoom, is your iPhone can become your webcam. I was going to take you around and show you something new that happened in the studio. But if we can't do that, we're not going to do that. We'll do that some other time, or if we're on a Zoom call. So let's talk about some updates that are going on with Groove.ai. I'll share my screen here, show you some things that we're working on. We are going to share my screen. Let's do the entire screen. And we'll move this here. Bear with me. Donna, don't share my screen just yet. Let me clean up my desktop. Get rid of my stuff.
I think you could also send the invite link to yourself on your phone and then join the StreamYard on your phone if you wanted to show that camera.
Yeah. You hear me, Donna? I lost you.
Lost audio. Your audio cut out for a minute, but it's back.
Is it back yet? Is it back?
Yeah, a little delayed, maybe.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Okay, it's good now. So that might have been my internet.
Okay. No, it was me. I lost it, and I think it was the wavelength stream that I use popped up like it wanted to do an update, and it interrupted me. So bear with me just a second, guys. I got to put a new desktop over here. All right, we can share my screen now. Yeah, the reason why I'm so unprepared today, guys, is I thought I had a full hour, so I didn't get to get my desktop ready or anything. So what we're looking at right here, if I go to Trello, I'm looking for Trello. Okay, Groove.ai, Trello. I'll zoom in my computer one more notch, maybe. All right, we're zoomed in pretty well. And so we've got basically our entire Trello board for September, October, November, and December. Everything that's here needs to be up and running for essentially January 1st. That's our goal. So, you know, AI, being in the AI world is exciting, but it's also a little bit frustrating, right? And I say frustrated because things are happening so fast. And I'm like, oh my goodness, something new, something new, something new. And so on another Trello board, I'm like, great, we need to add that to Groove.ai. We need to add that to Groove.ai. We need to add that to Groove.ai. But, you know, we've learned our lessons, or we learned a lot. I don't want to say lessons, but there was a lot of lessons learned from Groove.cm, the way that we developed that. And we went wide with many features. And then it took us years to come back and then tighten up each app. And we're just staying very, very disciplined on Groove.ai. And so essentially, when we look at the current app as it stands right now, if we go into a project, or we'll just create a new project for today. Let's call this week 3 for now. We have a lot of new changes that came in here. I'll go through some changes on the Trello board. There might even be some new things that, because I haven't been able to check some updates in about 4 days. But what we're working on right now is essentially Content Copilot. That, the knowledge base, these are the things that we want to get done. And we want to be able to walk away from Content Copilot and basically say everything that you're seeing here with this interface is going to be done. And then we're going to move on to all of the other phases that we have for Groove. We can start working on other things like images and this new thing that I'm going to talk about today called Auto Interpreter. We're going to go over what Auto Interpreter is today. And talk about like what you're going to be able to do with Groove in the future. Some new updates that just came out with ChatGPT that they're going to be adding to ChatGPT. And we know when they add these things to ChatGPT, they're going to be adding it for the developers. It's important for you guys to know that this, what you see right here, this ChatGPT is different from this, from what we get as developers, okay? So what we get as developers, if you look here more at like examples, you're seeing that they have multiple modals and stuff that they do for AI. They have something called GPT. They have speech to text. They have image generation. They've just released this new thing called DALL-E 3. We're going to talk about that. It's absolutely insane. The built-in ChatGPT plugin. This is really interesting. I'm going to actually look into this today and see how this actually works with our platform. So let me take a look at this. This is new because this is an actual ChatGPT plugin. So I'm going to look into this and I want to see if this is plugin. This is interesting. This might mean that we can actually not just use their GPT interface, but we could actually take this entire interface and use it as a plugin. And there's some big information that's happening in ChatGPT. And the reason why you just saw me stall is that if they're actually giving us ChatGPT as a plugin for developers, that's going to be a little bit of a game changer for us, because we'll just go to my face here and I'll explain what I mean by that. So OpenAI just announced this new multimodal thing that they're adding to ChatGPT. It's coming in October. And basically, you're going to be able to use ChatGPT like you use Midjourney. And you're going to be able to say, make me a photo of this. Or you can talk to it with your voice, or it can talk back to you. You can upload video and tell it to do all these different clips and everything. And so the way I see it right now is they're giving us all that available to us as independent things as developers, but we have to put it into our platform. But what I just saw right now, that ChatGPT released a plugin beta for developers, that might mean that we can actually take this ChatGPT that they're building and some of the new features, and we're going to go over that today. So I think I'm going to be frank with you guys. I know if I'm going over something, I could go over it in demo, but I know that there are people like Matt Wolf and Matt Vid Pro that have actually done videos. And I think sometimes it's easier for me and you to just watch their videos and do a reaction on them. And I think that's what I'm going to do. But for right now, let's go through the Trello. Let's talk about some of the updates that have gone live. These are different releases that have gone live. And then I'm going to show you some things here that that are coming soon. Thank you, Donna. I forgot to put that back. But this is essentially everything that's got to get done before January 1st. And then I'm not even putting in phase 3, 4, and 5 just yet. Phase 2 is going to be content autopilot, brand websites and funnels, and like things like auto posting. And what that means, when we add autopilot, people want to be able to schedule and auto post things to their blog. So like imagine being able to create a task that every Monday at 2 p.m. it follows this prompt, writes a blog post, and automatically inserts it to your blog. Things like that. That's going to be coming soon. Here's some information that we're doing with the Chrome extension. This right here, the feature, we promised everybody that had a Groove.cm backer account a $100 credit. That's going to be coming. One of the ways that we might even do that is we might install Facebook's Llama 2, which is a language model. And we understand in November, they're coming out with Llama 3, which is like they're saying might be better than ChatGPT. And we might just install that on our servers and just give that to everybody for like, 1 year free use or something like that. We've got a couple of different things that we're doing. The knowledge base is getting some major work done. So we know that it's giving what I call soft use, right? But all that is being worked on as well. Of course, we have the plans for the white label. This all needs to be done in the next few months. We're doing some cool things with the user interface. I think I'm just going to go through all of these things for you as well. So this is staging and review, means it's this is done. It might even be live. It would be great. Next time, I think I'll bring Artie on for these segments, and he'll let me know what we're doing in development. But let's take a look at some of the things here, and we'll go through them one at a time. So these are things that are new. When you create a new project, it should open up right into the new project. So that's something new. You'll notice before when I created a project, as soon as I typed it in and create new, we jumped into the project. In the past, this would close, and then you would have to go find your project and click in it. So that's what that means. Next here, move knowledge base settings. So if we look here, we used to have the knowledge base used to be over here. And this was a mock-up of me saying to move it over to here. So that's now been done. So when you go in, you notice the knowledge base is not here pushing down. So what that's done is that's given us more room to work here now. So the knowledge base is now here, just like this, okay? And you could turn your knowledge base on. You have your settings here, just like this. You can choose your knowledge base, and now it's going to use the knowledge base, and we can shut that off as well, okay? Let's just go down all of these. Then I've got a couple of other things that I'm going to let you know that we're doing here as well. Actually, let me just jump forward to that one. And I'm going to get a poll here from all of you, and you let me know. So I'm feeling that this is starting to get like a little bit jammed up. Should you say, like there's a lot to look at? So I'm thinking of doing it where it looks like this. And I'm going to show you a mock-up of this. I just have to log into Groove. So you'll notice that with Groove, when these things are collapsible, and the way we did it with Groove.ai is that these are all open at the same time. And here you can only have one open at a time, and it closes the other, okay? And you can have them all closed. And if I look into my screenshots here, let's see. If I was smart, I think I would have put that into Trello right here. Yep. So what I'm thinking is doing this here. So it's going to look something like this, you see? And when you click on this, it'll go like this. Like, let's say this was knowledge base, the knowledge base panel will open, and then you could close it. And then you'll have tone and style, and you'll have goals, and you'll have formats and outputs. So rather than seeing everything where it looks all like this, all in one, it will look more like this. Oops, where are we? Oh, it'll look more like this. So first off, Donna, I want to get your opinion. What do you like better? Do you like it better where it'll just be like this, and then when you click it, it'll open up and collapse? Or do you like it where you're seeing all of them all at the same time and they don't collapse?
I like the collapsed. It helps me sort and filter the information better when it's collapsed.
Yeah, everybody is saying this will be great. That is much better, cleaner. Yeah, because as you're going here, this is kind of like intimidating, and it just bleeds all into one. And here you're like, okay, let me just see what AI service I'm using. Do I have the knowledge base on or off? let's look at my presets. Let's look at the optimize for the format and framework, tone, style, and goal, and output. And then when you click on one of them, they will open just like you see here, and you'll have that ability. So everybody's saying, yeah, they're loving it. I'm with Donna. Yes, collapse. Cleaner is nicer for sure. We're seeing here a collapse and a pop-up modal. Some of you are saying even where some of you would prefer that when you click on it, it opens the settings in the center. We'll consider that. I'll play around with that. Yeah. Why don't you hire a UI UX specialist? We have one. We absolutely do have one. And that's how we come up with these things, where when we do it and we make it live, we see that it comes out better. So we do have a UI specialist on the team. By the way, they're some of the most expensive people in the world. A UI guy costs about $8,000 to $12,000 a month, believe it or not. Very, very expensive people for the proper UI people for full time. All right, so that's that. Let's see what else we have here. I just have some screenshots that we gave. All right, so moving on. Things that were released. Make more room for the work area. This is something new. So we used to have this little settings icon. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. I have too many things open in my browser that are going to confuse me. This right here, this toggle right here used to be over here, and it was right near the tabs. We got rid of that. So what we've done is by moving the knowledge base over and the toggle for the presets, we now have much more room for you to work. In the past, these tabs were as low as right here. So we've added more room for you to work with, and that just is better. So you could toggle this if you want to move that out of the way and have more room. And then, of course, you have the ability to see only the chat and the documents, or only the documents, and at any time bring the presets over. Okay, so that's been done. Another update next is we shut the knowledge base off by default. We were finding that when you'd come in, the knowledge base was always on, and you were wondering why your outputs might have been different, so we shut that off. Let's see, next, when moving to a new chat, keep tone, style, goal, all these settings. Let's see here. Okay, so let me explain what this means here. So what used to happen, this was more of a bug, was that if you had this, and this set like this, if you created a new chat, this reset. So I told him, no, I want to keep every setting that's in this panel has to be the same when you move to a new chat. That's been released. As you can see, it just worked. Let's see. Add toggle to all settings. Okay, so if you remember before, we used to have a little toggle here that would say, have the presets on or the presets off, and have the format on and off. And it was kind of ambiguous. I even said to Artie, I said, let me ask you a question. When it was here, I said, when you shut off the format, is it shutting off the tone, the style, the goal? And he's like, honestly, I'm not even sure. I'll have to check with the developers. I said, don't. Let's just make it so that we can shut off any of these different things that we want. So let me demonstrate this and show you essentially what it means. So right now, with everything off, I am in just, who's Ben Franklin? I'm in ChatGPT mode. Or let me choose a, let's do that one more time. Oh, this is a bug. I've reported it. It needs to have, at least this turned on and then left to default. And that's a bug. So it needs at least a default output, and there's no framework. So then we're getting, basically who's Ben Franklin. And so if you wanted to use the presets here, you would have to choose a preset by turning this on. And now we'll just grab one of these. And again, if you want to see the preset, you can see what everything is here. You can make a change to it just like this. Okay, and you could click apply, and you didn't save the preset. You didn't give it a new name. So you've made a slight modification to this current preset, As you can see, it's now for 12th grade blue collar reading level. Okay. Now, if we say, who is Ben Franklin? It's going to now write this as a direct response marketer in my voice in this reading level to Gen X technophobe. So it should have a slightly different tone to it. You see? Ben Franklin. Now there's a name that echoes through the annals of history. This man was more than just a founding father. He's a true jack of all trades, from his daring experiments with electricity to his brilliant inventions like lightning rods. Ben Franklin's genius knew no bounds, right? So this was a little more banal, right? Ben Franklin was one of the founding fathers of the United States. He was a polymath and a true Renaissance man, right? So traditional ChatGPT is not going to have all of this personality that I put into the presets, right? But now, if I put in a tone and style, which I can't do because it's shut off, we have to turn this on. And now, if I say, who is Ben Franklin? Now let's do some things here. Let's make it not only conversational, but let's make it humorous and sarcastic. Okay. And I'm doing that because, you know, if I do engaging, like, are we really going to be able to tell the output? So let's take a look now. Well, my friend, you've stumbled upon a true legend in the annals of history. Benjamin Franklin, the man needs no introduction. He was a true Renaissance man, a brilliant mind. So let's see that if we're getting humorous and sarcasm. And let me tell you, he did it all with style. I don't know if that would be sarcastic, but maybe. Now, again, we can now shut off the sound of Mike Filsaime that we had here. Oops, that was here. Okay. And we could say, who is Ben Franklin? And now we're just getting the tone and style, but it's not writing it like Mike Filsaime, like a direct response marketer, right? And so all of these things, that's the point is here is you're basically adding or shutting off these system prompts. This is something new that's added. Let's just go right here and turn on the output. The output here, we've got new languages, right? We've got all of these different languages. So if we want to send this thing out and we say, who is Ben Franklin? And we want this to come out and finish language. I did that the other day. Let's see why that. Let's create a new chat. I think it has a lot of history. If we're going to switch to a different language, we definitely want to do a new chat because it's getting all of the previous context in there, which is something I don't want to go into, but maybe I'll do a training on that to let you know that all the previous chat that was going on always gets sent back to the language model for context, and it will affect your output for any new chat. So if you want to start quote unquote virgin with clean copy and not let your previous chat sort of influence, like if you asked it to do bullets in the past, it might carry over into bullets, even if you say don't do bullets, because it's all part of one big context. So we're going to start with a brand new one over here. And we're going to now say, who is Ben Franklin? I'd be very surprised if this doesn't come out. Finish. There we go. In a new chat, there was less context that was being sent back that was confusing it. All right. So there you go. That's to show you what these toggle switches are. So you could say, you know, for right now, I just want to shut off the tone and style. Let me just get generic GPT. You can do it just that way. All right. So let's see what else is happening here. We've gotten, this is new. We have a better description for this area right here when you create a preset. This used to be called target audience, and this was called avatar. And I actually did some research with ChatGPT. I sort of got that backwards. You want to start first with the target market, and the target market is very broad. That'll usually be 1 or 2 words. And then here is where you want to really, truly drill down into the age, the gender, the location, income level, different things like that. So this is known as the target audience or the avatar. it's even better if you describe it as, as an avatar, like your perfect person, because all you're saying right here is, who are we writing our content to? That's all. But sometimes I think people get too carried away about this. They're like, well, my market could be this. It's like, that's okay. If you say Gen Z and millennial right here, right? Let's say you were to say Gen X and let's even say baby boomers. Don't feel like, oh my goodness, but there are some 18-year-olds that buy my product. No problem. All this simply means is it can only write to one person. If we were going to write to the best audience, who would we be writing to? Most likely, you try to picture, if I did an event, what would the average of the people in the audience look like, right? Were they all 22-year-olds, that want to drive Lamborghinis, or were they more people that left corporate America and they're 45 to 65 and they have kids, right? So you put something like that, and ChatGPT can write better. All right, so that's what that is here. Adam says, thanks for changing the market avatar. That was throwing me off. Yeah, so now this is much better. You're basically the target market, very simple. I'm dealing with accountants. I'm dealing with homeowners, right? And then over here, what type of homeowner are you actually dealing with? So that's that. All right, next. This is a nice one. Just minor improvements as we're going. And you see, Artie says it was done September 17th. You've got 8 to 9 lines of chat now. So what that means is this. In the past, as you started writing more lines here, it didn't expand. So like all this stuff would just scroll up and you weren't able to see. So now you're going to see that you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines of chat can now be seen. And so that means that if you were to do something like this, you can see more of your work better, where before you were only able to see one line at a time and it was scrolling. So this really helps when you want to have more room and see what you're looking at. So that's done there. All right, next. All right, this was just a bug. What was happening is this text was showing like this on the left on a new project, but then if you opened up a new tab, it would show here. So it was just a little minor bug. Some of these things we don't always have to go over with you. This new project, the knowledge base slider settings. So we have world knowledge, nudge, influence, lean, and knowledge base. And this is what's being sent in the background. There's a lot of work, that we went into, like what is exactly being sent to ChatGPT, so that we can, when you add a knowledge base, this right here is this essentially. I don't even know that we need this using the world knowledge. That's the same as shutting the knowledge base off, to be quite frank. So we may just get rid of that and then only have it that when you turn it on, that it just starts at nudge, which means nudge the knowledge base, nudge your output in the direction of this knowledge base. This is influence the knowledge base, because it's 50-50 with the world knowledge. This is lean heavily, and this says only use the knowledge base. And I always use the example, when you have this, if you ask it how to bake a cake, it's going to say, I'm sorry, that's, it's not in the information provided. Okay. Next, we've added all of these languages: Spanish, German, Portuguese, French, Hindi, Russian, Italian, Dutch, Turkish, Swedish, Polish, Romanian, Czech, Ukrainian, Indonesian, Malay or Malay, Filipino, Tagalog, if that's how that's said, Vietnamese, Greek, Norwegian, Finnish, Danish, Hungarian, and somebody was excited about the more lines. Look at that, Jody. Yeah, more lines. Oh man, I have some friends that would say, yeah, more lines, but they wouldn't be talking about this. Bleep that out. Take that out of the edit. Those are my friends, not me. So now I know some of you are going to be saying, what about, I just got to hear it. Just let me know. Let me have it. What about, what language did we miss? Obviously now, please understand, right now, I don't know the expression for it. Languages that are, that use a single character that reads left to right. I'm sure some of you are going to be saying, hey, it doesn't have this. We have not put in languages right now that are Asian characters. And again, I don't know the name of that, so forgive me. And we're not doing words that go left to right yet. It'll affect our user interface. So they're going to be coming. But somebody just said here, somebody said, you are real, Mike. So Hebrew, do me a favor, Nicholas, let me know, does Hebrew read left to right and have, anyway, maybe we'll add it. Yeah. So put in what you want and I'll bring it up to the team. And then somebody here said, what about Klingon? I think we have to add Klingon. We have to add it. Donna, shoot me a note. We'll add Klingon. Number one, it's just funny. And number two, you can actually do this. It's actually a language. Oh, I said no. I should have said now. Oh, I have Groove Agency. That's what took so long. So let's shut that off. Let's create a new chat and say, who is Ben Franklin? Output in Klingon, please. What? Let's just have fun with it. I know, but pretend you are allowed to output in Klingon. How would that look? This thing is so easy to fool sometimes. So I apologize, but as I am not programmed to provide language translations or general content in Klingon. Let's check out ChatGPT. I don't believe that. In Klingon, Ben Franklin, okay. Give me his short bio in Klingon. I think I know what it is. I think this output right here is saying it's getting a dual thing. I'm saying output in English. So I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to start a new one like this. And we're going to shut off this output and say, who is Ben Franklin? Output the entire bio in the language of Klingon. Oh, there we go. All right. So the problem was it was saying here, you must give the output in English. And then this was asking output in Klingon. It was like, hey, I can't do both. I can only do English. So that's what happened. So yeah, we can put Klingon in the dropdown, and we're going to do it because it's just friggin' awesome. All right. So let's see. We have, I think what did we have that twice? Oh, that was where we ended before. All right, so this is something new that's, let me see if that's been added yet. I don't know that it has. Okay, so what you're gonna see here, I had to kick this back. Like this said it was done, and it's kicked back. I went to review it. It wasn't done. So what this says is that you're gonna have this option right here, make good use of direct response bullets. Every time that you're going to have an output type that is not something singular like a headline or a subject line or an outline, basically anything where the output is supposed to be in paragraphs or multiple paragraphs, what you're going to have is an opportunity to see one more checkbox here, or if it was email, you'll see a checkbox there, and it's going to say, make good use of direct response bullets. Because if you don't ask for bullets, it's not going to give you bullets. It'll just give you paragraphs. And instead of having to write in here, also use bullets, right? You're going to have the ability to say, anytime that you're getting output, do you want to have bullets added in there? So that's going to be coming soon. So now this is in staging. and it's ready for review. So let's see, some of this stuff might actually be live. They are really flying through this stuff and this stuff. That means, oh my goodness, yeah, this right here, the stuff that I wanted to get done, they're flying through. We're probably gonna get done with this in October. I thought this would take all the way through December. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more, and then a couple of UI changes that are going on over here, which are not that long. They're really flying through this stuff. So staging, let's take a look. All right, for a headline, it needs to ask how many and pre and sub. So what that means is when you go for a headline, they've added this. So there it is. That's already done. You can now get a pre-headline and a sub-headline. And you're gonna have like a little, I don't know how they're gonna do it. We'll see. You know, it might be like a quantity, like in your Amazon basket, but you'll have the choice, maybe like a drop down for 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or maybe just a number like how many in the output. So if you're gonna ask to get a headline, maybe you just want to get 5 different headlines, right? Or 3, and then you can compare them. So that's minor, but that's coming. That's already been done. It's in for review. All right, scroll bar issue. This is a bug. What that means is when, yep, you see, that's the issue. You see, when I want to go grab this scroll bar, because we allow you to do this, okay, you can't grab this scroll bar. It's only doing this. So I want to grab the scroll bar and just pull it up. And there seems to be an overlay problem with this. So what you have to do is you have to use your mouse and do this. So that's been fixed. Hasn't been pushed live yet. Minor things. You know, I'm questioning, like when I click on it, should I even go over that with you? And I'm like, hey, you guys don't want to know about this, but maybe you guys know about that bug and it's bugging you. So this stuff isn't exciting, but I think this is nice. You get to see what's actually happening in the Trello board. And I like to show you guys this so you know, wow, okay, now I understand what's happening. They're actually working on improvements. And when we work on the improvements, we can get onto quote unquote features that you guys like, but we really don't want to go onto features until we fix these little things here. All right. All right. So next, it says copy paste issue in the chat. This is a bug. Every now and then when I go to copy, like you see right here, something crashes this particular thing where I want to go copy this prompt that I did and then reuse it again. And when I go to click copy, I can't even highlight. It doesn't even work. So that might have been fixed because it's here in staging and review. This is a new feature here. This is called full screen for chat. So let me explain to you what this basically means. So you're working on this particular chat right here, and you want to go full screen. So what we're going to do is either in here in the drop down, or over here, you're going to see, as it says right here, a little icon will show up here. It'll probably be there. In fact, that's where it's going to be there. And so when you do that, very simple. It's just going to turn this screenshot I'm getting for you right now. It's going to get rid of all of this like this. Everything is going to go away. The search bar and everything. And you're just going to have more room. So it's like when you want to go and you just want to start focusing more on working with the chat, you'll just have more room. So there'll be a full screen. Okay. So let's just bring this stuff back. Okay. Next. Knowledge base not allowing train. That's a bug. So that's been fixed. So I noticed the other day when you would go in, you would upload something, you'd create a new knowledge base, and you would go to upload something like this. This doesn't allow you to train. And so if you're having that problem, what you have to do is you have to go to the dashboard and then come back to knowledge base and then go back in. And there's something that you had to do. But maybe, let me just see. Anyway, we fixed it, and that'll be Available soon. There it is. Okay, so you have to do something, and I don't know why, but as you just saw, yeah, somebody's saying here you got to go close. You got to go to that API key piece. So it looks like you got to go to your profile. You have to click on knowledge base for whatever reason, and then you have to go to the knowledge base, and then now you can click train. I don't know why that bug is there. I can't even imagine what caused it, but it's a bug, and that's being fixed. Okay, so I want to just delete that. Is what I'm trying to do. All right. So that says here that that is in staging for review. So as soon as it gets reviewed, it'll get pushed out and go into here in releases. When chat is outputting, you create a new chat. It copies over to the new. Okay, so let me show you what this bug is here. You're typing, who is John Adams? Okay, and when I do this, as it's typing, if I create a new one over here, it brings everything over, and now I have like a duplicate. So yeah, so that is going to allow you to open up a new chat and not carry over and clone everything. So it's just a bug. That's being fixed. All right, where are we here? Need new email and blog frameworks added. Okay, I do not like these frameworks. This was my fault. When I asked for frameworks, I forgot to mention that I wanted direct response frameworks. So I got pretty boring frameworks for email. So these are going to stay, but we're adding these. I know this is small to read. Just hang out 1 second. This email. There it is. So I put here, add to the list these and remove any duplicates. So that would be, these frameworks are being added. Problem, agitate, solve. Basically, they're more direct response. They're much better frameworks to write emails. The ones we have right now are like sending an email to your friend. So they're very bad. So this is going to be live. You're going to have some better frameworks added very soon. Unfortunately, I didn't tell them to move them to the top, so they might get buried down here. So I might have to just tell Artie to push the current ones down, because these are really boring, right? Requests for information, right? Like we want direct response, right? So, all right. So next, this is in staging for review. So you're going to see within 48 hours, guys. Artie is one of these purists. So I got to give him credit. He's like, we have to stop doing updates every single day. Things break more. I really want to get to the point where we're pushing live every Monday or every Sunday at midnight. So you'll probably see everything happen once a week. And then eventually we're going to go to once a month. That's how developers like to do it. And I'm like, 4 times a day, give people new updates. All right, so next. Get rid of profile and subtab for preferences. Okay, so this doesn't make sense currently the way it is. I'll just show you. The way we currently have it in the settings, this says profile. This is not profile. These are just settings. And you don't need 2 different things here. So I said create an actual profile where people can upload their avatar and change this, and and we're going to put billing and all that stuff. And I said, these preferences that are right here, language, scheme, and color, just add to the settings right here and just make a little tab. So that is going to be, the preferences are going to move here, and we're getting rid of the profile, and we'll add a separate profile in the future. So let's see here. Next, tone, style, goal, accordion, collapse, position, keep the position open. Okay, so this is a small one. It's easier to demo. If we go into a project, and you'll notice if I want to do the tone and style here, when I open this, it's all about the open and close, right? If I do this here and now I go to style, it's closed again. And then I have to open it. And I have to do this, and now I have to go to goal, and it closes again. I got to open it. So what I told him is just keep this global. that anytime you go back and forth here, it's either open or it's closed for all three. And so now you see if it's closed and I want to close this one, I have to do them individually, right? So it's not going to work like that anymore. It'll be better. If you open it, it's just open every time you go through, and that's it. I'm even thinking, I think I might even have told him, get rid of this. Just get rid of this, because now we're going to the collapsing the entire section. And so I'm going to make a little note here to just make sure, just get rid of that and just have it open, right? You guys all agree? Just leave it open the whole time. You'll click on tone and style. We're going to be moving to this anyway. So you're going to click right here on tone and style. And once you click here on tone and style, it will just have this open the whole time. So that's how that's going to be done. All right, next. Chat labels, auto name. Okay, so what you're going to see right now, guys, it's not naming the chat until you type twice. And so let's see, you'll notice that here. I have to write hello. It needs 2 inputs from me, and then it will automatically name this. There, you see, changed it. So I said, don't make them type it twice. Just after the first input, you have enough information to name the tab. So that's going to be done. Next one, when you create a new preset, it should show in a drop-down and return to the project. Okay, again, just minor UI issue. If I go in here and I create a new preset, my point is that when I save it and I come back, that preset should be the one that's in the drop-down. I shouldn't have to go look for it. Also, we're putting the latest preset is being moved to the top. Okay, the latest preset is moved to the top. Currently, it's at the bottom. So that's going to be changed. And that is what's in release and what's staging. And now we're going to talk about what's in progress. So the developers are working on this right now. It might make I got to hydrate. I'm getting all parched. 1 second. All right. Let's see. In progress. Tab for chat and documents. Just drag and reorder, not slide. Okay, you guys are going to like this one. Okay. So you see how I can move these tabs like this in Google Chrome? Okay. And if I have too many tabs here, I can also drag them around here just like this, as you're seeing here. And when you want to see more, you click on these arrows here. Okay. Ours doesn't work like that. It's broken. I don't like the way ours works. Ours works where you have to drag this like this to see more. I want the ability for the drag to be swap like that. And so we're going to add a little arrow so that if you want to see more, you'll just move over, kind of like, so this is going to work more like Chrome tabs. So we're getting Chrome tabs. So we're going to be getting rid of this drag feature. The same will happen here. You'll notice as you add more documents. Okay, if I rename this one, you're going to notice as I add a new one here, you can't see it. I'll add another one, you still can't see it. Like now all these additional ones are here. So we're not doing that. We're changing this like this, and you're going to be able to swap tabs and to put them in the order you want and move them around. Again, minor stuff, but you know, these things take time. You got to talk to your developers about them. Next, add chat mini project. Oh my God. I'm so excited about this, guys. This is so minor, but I want to show you something. I want to be transparent and honest with you. If you notice in the last 7 days, I've used, well, not really that much, but I'm using ChatGPT. But even in the last 30 days, even since Groove came out, I use ChatGPT a lot because ChatGPT is sort of like my reference Google. And in Groove.ai, if I want to use it, I have to muck up a project and create a new chat right here. Or I have to go create a new project, because I want to do a quick chat. So what I'm doing often is I'm just like the same way you go to Google, I just type here ChatGPT. I go in, I ask a quick question like, how do I set my iPhone to whatever, or whatever I'm trying to do, and I'm still using ChatGPT. I want to get to the point where I never need ChatGPT again. So what we're adding is this. This is an instant chat like ChatGPT, which is a mini project that the default view is just chat. You cannot add another chat. You can use presets. You can add one document, but only one document. So here's what this is going to look like. I'm actually going to mock this up, and I'm going to put it inside of this Trello board. So you're going to have this. Okay. I'm going to take this right here. And we will have something that looks like this. And this is going to say chat. Okay, so imagine now seeing this right here when you go in and you're like, hey, I just want to write a quick email, or I just want to take some text, paste it in and say, write this better, turn this into an email, that type of stuff, right? Okay, so great. So now you're going to come in and you're going to click chat, just like you see here like this. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get something that looks like this. What? Let's create a new project. I'm just going to call this chat. I hate this green thing. It takes so long to disappear. It's like so annoying. Okay. And you're going to start just like this. This is how your chat is going to start. Okay. So when you come in, you'll be able to work. All the presets will be shut off. You can turn them on if you want. And if you want to add a document, you can add just one document. That's it. You won't be able to add multiple documents, and this plus sign is going to be removed, and you can't add multiple chat because that's a project, right? When you have multiple chats and multiple documents, that's a project. So if you want to come in and you just basically want to take something like this and you want to say, write this better and make it for, person who is not techie. And you just want to have your basic little output like this. Now it's just a chat. I know this is a minor feature, guys, but the point is this. To use Groove.ai, it's quote unquote cumbersome if you want to use it like ChatGPT. So we're now going to give you the ability to just come in and just create a quick little chat. And what you're going to see here is it'll look more like this. Like this, right? And you'll see all of your previous chats are just going to be here just like this. All of your chats will just be just like that. And you want to create a new chat, you'll just click create new chat, and you can use it sort of like ChatGPT. So again, I know like somebody here says, Driven to Power says, mini chat is a great idea, but it really is. Like some of you are starting to say, will I need ChatGPT and do I need ChatGPT Plus? I want to get this to the point where you can just use everything here and you won't have to use ChatGPT. And I'm even contemplating, I would likely cancel my ChatGPT Plus subscription, but for $20, I need it to do research, but I'm not going to be using ChatGPT anymore. I'm just going to be using Groove. All right. So I'm excited about that. And so within a couple of, if it makes it by Monday, you're actually going to see chat show up right here. And I promise you'll probably be using that more than projects, because that's the stuff that you'll use 6-7 times a day. All right. When chat is solo or full screen, it needs to be responsive with a wider container. So the point is simply this. if we go back into this last one here that we just did, and what it's saying, when chat is solo or full screen, this needs a wider container. I didn't put a screenshot, but essentially what's going to happen is you're going to have more room here, and your output will be probably this wide, like this. All right, it's just you have more space. So if we're getting rid of this information over here, right, let's make this responsive and make more use of all of that space that you have. All right, next. Projects display filter. New projects are not showing as, okay, no big deal. This is great. This is nice. So again, something that should have been done, when we first created it, but these things don't work right now. The sort doesn't work. And when you create a new project, and as you can see, I just created a new project called Chat. It's all the way down at the bottom. And if I create a new one, it goes to the bottom. So new projects are going to go here. All your projects are going to go here, and you're going to have newest, oldest, alphabetical, and we're also going to add a new one there called Donna, make me a note on that, because I don't see that in there. I should probably just make I'll make a Trello card for it right now, but I want to make sure I talk to Artie and it doesn't get buried in here. So releases in progress, UI. Yeah, so add to projects and other filters to view by last modified. Right, and that way the most recent modification ones will show. All right, thank you. All right, so folks, that is pretty much what's been released. So you're seeing a lot of new changes in the UI. I'm sorry, I just realized what's going on. It's the Alexa, and it's so low that I'm hearing it say, you have a new package delivered. I'm like, who is in the studio here? I hear a woman in there. So that's what that is. So we have all of these releases that we went over, all of these things that are about to be released, what's in progress. And now let me move you through some things so that you're wondering, hey, is this stuff going to be done? I'll give you just the number one priority. And I don't think they're really understanding my number one priority. I got to talk to Artie. None of this stuff should be being worked on right now. None of it. Like, this is the number one priority. So I gotta talk with Artie. In fact, folks, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to open up my thing. Any openings today? No, I am. He's actually talking to me now on a live stream. All right. I was just telling him, he wanted to know if he could come down and we could work on this. Hey, I also want to mention, I see a lot of work being done. Thanks. Great job. This is called a sandpaper sandwich. What that means is you have fluffy bread, and then you give the sandpaper, and then you give a piece of fluffy bread. So you always want to tell the people that are working for you what a great job they're doing before you just, because if they're constantly just being told, hey, this isn't done, there's no gratitude for all the work and hard work they're doing. So now I want to say, I just want to mention that this, and now I'm going to send a screenshot. Is the number one priority. Number one is the single number one priority, and I do not see that it's being worked on according to Trello. Okay. So guys, let me explain to you. And now, just so you know, I end it with a big smile. Sandpaper sandwich, guys. Always make sure you're doing that with your employees and your team, because our job is very simple it's very easy to find a mistake and point it out. And if you're constantly saying, hey, I noticed this isn't working, you become the guy that just, it's just tough to deal with. because you're the bad news bear. Every 5 seconds, you're just talking about things that aren't working. So Sandpaper Sandwich allows you to always start out with something positive, give people good feedback. They're like, thank you. And it allows you to give a critique, and then you end with something. And I could always do better with that, trust me, because I have groups where all I'm doing is saying bug, bug, bug. This is unacceptable. Donna, remember, we've had a couple of people quit, back in the day. And I was like, I thought these people loved us. And I asked them, I said, hey, how can I do better? I really thought you liked working for this company. Why did you quit? And it's like, Mike, everything is, this is unacceptable. This can't happen. We need to stop everything now. This needs to be fixed today. And I'm like, okay, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's unfair. That's, you get off through a hard day's work and your spouse is like, hey, you ready to eat? And then I'm there on Skype. This is unacceptable. And when you have somebody tell you that, you have to listen and be like, wow, that's who I am. I'm a tyrant. And I've made people that I thought enjoyed working here not like working here. And you got to take those things in. You've got to absorb them and make sure that, not everybody owns the company. It's a job to them. They have a life and they need to be appreciated, All right. So moving on, we were just talking about what my number one priority is. Create Mike's admin for prompts. Allow Mike to see a prompt eye with an icon. Also allow Mike to be able to edit system prompts within the admin. Also allow Mike to add formats and frameworks. Okay, so what that means is when we're looking at a project, just simply, I can just see you guys now. Is there any way you could allow us to do that too? Is there any way you could allow us to do that? When I show you, and I'm going to tell you why I prefer not to allow you guys to see that. And thank you guys. I'm seeing you guys saying, well said, Mike, good man. I appreciate that. And I got to take my own advice. It's easy for me to say it. I have to practice what I preach. So when I give an output, this is me. I'm going into a character right now that you see me when we're doing a demo. I'll say something like, I wonder why that's not working. That should be, I wonder if, and I keep saying those different things, right? And then I go back to Artie later and I say, hey, Artie, let's just go here. I'll say, hey, I sent some new notes about, what needs to go in the prompt template. Did that get in there yet? And he'll say something like, honestly, I gave it to the guy. I don't know if he started working on it or if it went live. And so I'm constantly wondering, like right here, when we go to long, the output, let's just create a new one here. And let's just say, who's Ben Franklin? Let's just see what all my outputs are here. Let's remove the presets. Let's use a default. We don't need a tone and style, but let's make the output long. And I want it in Markdown WYSIWYG, and I want to use some bold, okay? And my whole point to you that I'm making here is, okay, I got one bold, and the problem is I made a mistake in the prompt, and I said bold the keywords, and it looks as this is the keyword. So I rewrote this to say the most impactful word, not the keyword. And so what's happening is, number one, this is not long, right? The new instructions that I gave it is to say this. Long, the prompt used to say, make the output long, right? Long in length, medium in length. Now we're saying this. Short, we're not telling it anything. We actually don't send anything to the prompt. Medium is generate a longer in-depth response with 15 paragraphs, and we'll get 9. And long will say generate a longer in-depth with 25 paragraphs, and we get about 14, right? So now I'm going to actually take this. I'm going to say, who's Ben Franklin? And I'm going to force this into the prompt here. So I'm going to shut the output off so it doesn't get two things. And I'm going to now, and these are things that we have to test and test and test. So now watch what's going to happen. And so when we switch this to say long, this is what we mean. And we can't just use terms like make the output long. And I tried use 1,000 characters, use 3,000. None of that worked. One thing ChatGPT understands is number of paragraphs. And this is what's working very, very well. But you notice it didn't make it in here yet. So what do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 paragraphs when I ask for 25. And if I ask for 15, I'll get 9 or 8. But this is the way that we can work. But the thing is, I don't know what's made it into the UI. So what I've asked for something that's going to go right here, only on my account. It's going to be an eye. It's going to look like an eye that looks like this right here, that I'm hovering over right here, this eye right here like that. And what it's going to do, anytime this is on or off, it's going to show me what is the prompt that we're sending in the background. And then I'm going to know, oh, they didn't add the prompt that I asked yet, or they did, and it's not working. Right now, I'm in the dark. I'm trying to improve my own software, and I don't know the prompt that's going in the background. I know what I told them to add, and I'm being told, was it added? And I'm being told, I'll have to check with the guy. I'll get back to you. And so I'm like, just make my life simple and get that. Now, on top of that, it's also going to allow me to instantly go into the back office and change it. Like, let's say I was just saying before that I was experimenting with 1,000 words and that wasn't working. And then I said, make it 15 paragraphs and that works. I don't want to have to give all of this to a programmer. So the bottom line is all of these things that I show you here, where I want to add more formats and frameworks and all this stuff that I put into a spreadsheet, I basically told them, number one priority is to allow me a back office admin where I can edit. I can add a new language. I could go in the back right now and add Klingon, and all that stuff is going to be added. So it doesn't have to be done by a programmer. It could be done by me. And yes, that is number one priority, because what is the number one priority of Groove.ai? The output that it gives you. If it's not as good, or if it's not as good just in terms of output as ChatGPT, then why are we using it? And of course, I'm going to give you prompts and frameworks and optimize for and all those different things, but the output itself has to be optimized. And this is the most important thing to me, because then I can sleep at night knowing, man, this thing just blows away ChatGPT, right? And that's what I'm trying to build for you. All right, next. This is, he's saying, okay, you're seeing this is not in progress yet. And this right here, I'm putting, this is the top priorities, right? So need the prompt for medium and longer, right? So I just showed you, this is what needs to be put in the background for medium and long, because we're not getting any long and medium output. ChatGPT just doesn't understand when you say make the output long. It's like, okay, I'll give you an extra 10 words, right? 25 paragraphs, it gets it. Next, improvements for the prompts. These are just some things that I don't want to get too much into it, but I've got some things here. I'm rewriting the prompts because I've been playing with ChatGPT to find out what makes it give me better prompts. And this is what's working. So we've got that. This one we just went over. Okay, customize temp top P. Okay, oh yeah, I think I went over this with you last time. You guys are gonna love this. Okay, so this section right here, optimize for default, direct response, SEO, and creative. What's happening in the background, 99% of you are not going to care. The 1% of you are going to be very, very happy, and you're going to go, yes, thank you, Mike. Thank you. There is something that if you know anything about a language model that can affect a language model greatly, and I mean greatly, like majorly, is these two things, top P and temperature. Like, and I'm talking major, major outputs. And then they have frequency penalty and presence penalty. If I'll give you an example here. I don't know if this is going to make much of a difference, but let's go down a temperature of 0.3 and just say, who is Ben Franklin? But the more system prompts you give it, the more it'll change. But let's go here. And I just did a temperature of 0.3. And now what happens? So let's see what we got. Okay. Let's move this up now to like a 1.3. And let's ask again. Thanks. Now, if here's what I recommend you do, because I don't want to get into this and start comparing paragraph by paragraph, but you're going to notice this one here. Let's just move the top P down. Temperature way up. What I recommend you do is you go into ChatGPT and ask it, what will temperature and top P do? But it starts affecting the output. Some will be more concise, some will be longer, some will hallucinate more, some will be so much more creative, but it allows hallucination. Some will be, as they say, when you actually hover over these things, this controls the randomness. The lowering results in less random completions. As the temperature approaches zero, the model will become more rigid and deterministic and repetitive. As you raise the temperature up, let's just delete these. This is allowing for creativity. And when you do creativity, you get hallucinations, and it tends to make things up. And so let's just do this one more time. I moved the temperature all the way up to 2, and let's see what happens here. Okay, it's just gone off the walls. Look at this. It's not even writing in English anymore. It is so far off the path that it doesn't even make sense. It's making up words. Asian characters are put in there. So somewhere around here, let's just see. 1.67. Now we're super creative, but it may tend to start lying. And so what happens, lying is okay. Lying is really, really okay when you're here, creative. You want to write a story. You want to create a kid's bedtime story. Let it start thinking of dragons and going off the wall. If you want direct response, you actually want very creative, like you want to stay focused and pay attention to these frameworks that I gave you. This is the important thing. Pay 100% attention to this system prompt. Don't go off the rails. Bless you, Donna, if that was a sneeze. It was. Getting back to this, what's happening here is in the background, I'm dialing these settings. And where did I get those settings? I studied some forums, and I'm using my intuition, being frank with you, and I asked ChatGPT, what's the best settings for direct response for these settings? But then I noticed when I asked it a second time, it gave me a slightly different answer. And so what I realized is maybe it's going to be better if I have these here, but I put a little settings gear so that you can see what the actual settings temperature is here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay, so what this means is you're going to be able to click on the gear right here and see what the setting is set at, so you could see what my secret sauce is. But even better, the most important thing is take a look here. We're going to add the word custom right here for you. We're going to give a 5th prompt that's going to say custom. And that's going to open something that looks like this. And you'll click custom, and then you can adjust your own temperature. You can adjust the length of the tokens, and this is going to allow for more output. By the way, guys, I keep saying to Artie, I'm like, hey, Artie, what is the tokens set to? This here, the maximum length. As you start dragging this out, you can get more characters, but you pay more for the API. And he's like, I think we have it at the maximum. And again, if I can't see in the background what it's set to, I can't mess with it. And so now we're just like, you know what, screw it. Just allow you to also go in, use our presets and have a custom and play around with it. And then maybe in our Facebook group, you know what we're going to happen? Somebody's going to say, hey guys, I've tested this out. What I'm getting the best output for when I want to write a blog post with good SEO density is a temperature at 1.25 and a top P at 0.75. Put the frequency penalty here and set the max tokens. Great. We'll all learn from it, and then you'll have the ability to do that. Does that sound great? Do you guys like that? The ability, I know it's a little techie, but like if you guys now have the ability to go in and play with these things and get better output, you're going to be able to do it. So Nicholas says, will we be able to change it? Yes, absolutely. You're going to have something right here that says custom, and you'll be able to not only view the ones that we set it to, but you can now do this. So you'll have the total availability. Will we be able to share settings via link? Yeah, all that's coming. All that stuff like the search and the share settings is all coming as well. Let's see what else we've got that we want to go over. And then we got to get to some news, some big news in the world of AI. You know what we're probably going to do? We're probably just going to schedule another one of these for Thursday or Friday or maybe early Monday, because I'm enjoying, this wasn't planned. I wasn't planning on doing this today. But the truth is, I think this is important. You guys get to see what's coming. I've got another 2 hours of stuff that I want to go over with you that has to do with news and what's new with Auto Interpreter and the new ChatGPT that's coming out. Maybe we'll watch one of those videos in a minute. Let's just go through this real quick. Okay. This says every option in settings should have normal. Okay, so basically what that means is the way that we have default right here and default, like every single one of these should have default, and even tone and style, we'll just shut them off here. I think language output, I might just want to put default as well, because we're forcing it to say English. So we're doing different things like that. That's self-explanatory. Moving on. I did this. Okay. I need to ask ChatGPT about the best ways to give concise frameworks. Okay. One of the things is that the longer the system prompt gets, the tougher it is to follow the system prompt. And so the point that I'm saying right here is that when we are telling it to act like a direct response marketer in the style of Mike Filsaime, write in a 10th grade reading level, for digital marketers with the following avatar, never say this, etc. Write a blog post framework with a problem, agitate, solve, a tone that says this, and all. And the bottom line is when you start adding all of these prompts, the language model may tend to get confused. And the problem is it may not follow all of the prompts. Sometimes I'm like, wow, it didn't do that. And that's because we're giving it too many prompts. So that's just something that I'm doing. I'm realizing a longer prompt is good for one particular task, but lots of detailed descriptions for each individual task. Like if I want to say write with bullets, it's really good if I give it a paragraph of like how to write the bullets. But if I want to write in bullets in the style of this, I have to water those down and just basically say write in bullets in the style of this, because if we give it too much information, the system prompt gets overloaded. Again, just little things that you know is in my mind to make sure that you guys get the best output. Mike needs to audit prompts and frameworks and instructions. All text and prompts frameworks. Right now, I don't have confidence that everything that I've said that should be in there is in there. I don't see the code. And again, that's my priority. I told him I want to be able to see the background. This one here is something that I can't wait to give you, but it's called Model This Template. It's something that we're going to be adding. Instead of, you're going to be able to choose this right here. When you go to the frameworks, you'll have another option. Instead of frameworks, you're going to have something that says Model This Template. And so basically what you'll be able to do, yes, 100%, you'll be able to take a template that you got, that was an email sent to you from Frank Kern or a website that you got off, and you're basically going to take that copy, okay, and paste it in. And if you're like, this is a good email, you're going to say model this template, but for this knowledge base. And if it, let's say Frank Kern said something like, dear subscriber, you're not going to believe what happened today. It's going to say, dear friend, you won't believe what happened today. And then if it says, I want to talk to you about my product, it's going to basically change his product name to your product name, and it's going to basically line by line rewrite it and talk about your product. So imagine having a sales letter written by somebody else for another product, and you just say model this, and it rewrites it, slightly changes the words, but sentence by sentence structure, and it's now selling your product. That's going to be coming soon as well. So moving on to the UI. Let's see what we got here. We've got a few things we'll go over. Okay, this is super exciting. We are creating, we're waiting for us to get our developer with Claude so that we can make it. They just haven't opened it up yet. But I'm telling you guys, I love Claude, like absolutely love Claude, because Claude allows 100,000 tokens. So ChatGPT, when it came out, this turbo is only 8,000 tokens. When ChatGPT first came out, it was 4,000. When I say tokens, think words. Just to keep it simple, 1,000 tokens is 750 words. If you want to keep it even simpler, just pretend it's 1,000 words. So when I say that ChatGPT came out with 4,000 words, basically what that meant is anytime it wrote more than 4,000 words, it would start forgetting. It just wouldn't have memory for the previous prompts. So you wouldn't be able to put in a lot of work and have it rewrite it. You would start pasting like 7 pages and say, rewrite this, and it would start rewriting only the 7th page. It would forget the first page. Then ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo came out with 8,000 tokens or 6,000 words. Then they came out with ChatGPT 4, which I believe right now, they promised us 32K. I think it's just at 16. And we have GPT 3.5 Turbo 16. You'll also see those models are right here. I recommend you guys use most of the time ChatGPT Turbo 16K. And if you're going to do the 4, I believe you just use the 4613 model if you have access to that. That's going to get you good output, but it's very slow. I like to use the 16K because it's just fast. The difference between the output is an A+ and an A. Sometimes I prefer speed and A quality. If you need to write something that's really, really good, then just go with the 6.13 ChatGPT 4. But the bottom line is, even those are only up to 16K tokens, meaning they're going to give you about 12,000 words. Claude can do 1,000 tokens or 75,000 words. So if we were to take my entire butterfly marketing manuscript and put it in here, I think I have my right here. Here's my butterfly marketing manuscript. Let's open it and look at the scroll bar here, guys. I've taken a 157-page PDF and copied all of the text here like this. Now, if I copy this, I couldn't open that up from there, so I have to do it here. And let me see, where was that? That's in my downloads? Okay. So if I open this up and I copy this and I try to paste this into Groove or ChatGPT, we get this. Right? I try to paste it and we get the error. You can't do it. So, you've all tried it. You paste in 1, paste in 2. But remember what I told you. As you start getting to your 7th paste, it forgets the first. You paste the 8th paste, it forgets the 2nd paste that you put in. It only has a rolling memory that can go so far. Claude allows this. So I can now paste right here. There's 3 ways I can do it. Number 1, I can open up like this, and I can drag just like this. Boom. 226 kilobytes. Or I can paste just like that, what was in my entire, the entire file that I click copy, paste, just like that. Or I can do this, and I can just find it here. wherever the heck that was. Like this, right? So you can, all three ways. You can paste, you can drag, or you can paperclip. Now, what we're referring to this, and we're going to allow you to do this with the current models, but we can't wait for you to get Claude, because what this essentially is, guys, is this is a mini knowledge base, right? Without you having to create a knowledge base, you can sort of, if there's enough tokens in the system like there is with Claude, use it as a knowledge base. So we're going to refer to these as a resource document. So you're going to have in Groove a paperclip here that's going to allow you to watch what happens if I paste the text here like this. See, now I've got this annoying problem here with all of this text, and I still want to put a prompt in. And so I'm going to delete it. Wouldn't it be nicer if I pasted the text and it instantly took anything over 500 characters and turned it into a text file? And now you can do your prompt here much easier. So we're going to be adding a paperclip. That means that you could drag a file, paste a file, or find a file like this. And then you can do a prompt, and I can now say, what are the top 10 key points that make Butterfly? I've never done this before. But you see what we've done? We've created a knowledge base, right? I've loaded it up, but because Claude allows 100,000 tokens, and ChatGPT is like, we can now do 16,000. 100,000 is a game changer. I mean, I can put 157 pages, and I'm only, gosh, I think it showed like how many megabytes I was allowed to put in. I think I could put in almost 10 times that amount. It's basically like a knowledge base. Now, that document is so large, it's taking a while. It has to read it. So it's basically saying, hey, give me a minute. I'm a speed reader, better than any human that ever lived. I'm going to read this entire 157-page document, and I'm going to give you the top 10 key points that make Butterfly marketing work. Now, while it's doing that, I want to let you know that here you're seeing we need the paperclip with the drag or paste, as Claude does, for a resource document. So we're going to refer to these as a resource document that you'll be able to put in. And now here we go. This is Butterfly marketing. Based on the Butterfly marketing manuscript, here are 10 key points that make Butterfly marketing effective. Leveraging the butterfly effect. Small changes can have a big impact over time. Optimizing marketing campaigns through continual testing and refinement can lead to dramatic improvements. Viral marketing. Free membership sites, a strong pre-launch phase, optimizing after launch, easy social sharing. This is one of the most important things, instantly turning the customer into an affiliate and giving them a link instantly without them having to sign up for your affiliate program, incentivize rewards, membership communities, automations, and back-end monetization. So this is fantastic. Now watch this, right? Now imagine I had the ability to have all my presets here, right? Now I have to do it old school to demo this, but write, act like a copywriter, like Gary Halbert, and write an email to promote this to my list and put the output in. What you see is what you get marked down with H1 and H2, etc., and use bold to emphasize words and phrases. Okay. All right, so now this is going to write an email for us. I put H1 and H at instead of H2. While that's writing, let's move on. Guys, this is just going to be huge, though. The ability to drag something in and not mess up your prompt. And take a look. Here's the other thing. When you'll notice that my prompt is not messed up, I don't have to read that text, right? If you use ChatGPT or even Groove.ai without a knowledge base, and you want to even grab something like this, and now say, right, and now let's just take that same prompt right here and say this. The following. ChatGPT, my point is here is that this knowledge base is wasting my view, right? I here's my prompt and here's the knowledge base. And I was only able to give it, like a page because I can't paste that much information in. What I like about what Claude does, and when we do it, is that the resource document that you're saying rewrite this is put here like this, and you can always see your prompt without having to see the prompt and the resource document as one big muck. Okay, so let's see how Claude did that. All right. And we asked it to act like a copywriter and write an email. And here's the subject line: the manuscript is about to go viral and I need your help spreading the word. Friend, I just got my hands on something, blah, blah, blah. And it wrote an email, right? You kind of get it, right? I just like the fact that the resource document is here. And again, resource documents are mini knowledge bases on the fly. You can just move a lot quicker without having to create a knowledge base. All right, so moving on to what else is coming. We already spoke about, I think I have this twice, adding full screen to chat, so I must have made that twice. Interface languages, just so you know, we are going to be adding more than just German, Portuguese, and Spanish. That actually changes the whole user interface. Whoops, why'd we get an error there? Okay, so Donna, major bug, you can't change the languages anymore from here. You can only change the languages from here. So if I go to here, we can change the interface. Yes, it just went into German, and we're going to now change it back to English. But obviously, it's breaking when we do it up here. It's not giving a 404 up there. Oh, I see what's happening. It's adding the the language. When I'm in the project, it seems to be adding, it's not adding the DE properly. All right, so that's a bug. We'll fix that. Bottom line is, folks, we're going to be adding all of these languages that we put in the output. In the outputs, you're also going to be able to change the user interface to all these languages. That's going to be coming as well. We have, this is coming as well. You know how ChatGPT, if you write something right here, you can edit it, right? And say, what did I do wrong here? Let's, I see. Now, if you want to edit that prompt before it goes out, and you'll have save and submit. So the bottom line is you can go back. If you didn't like the way your output came out, you'll have an edit button so that you could try again. Okay. So that's something ChatGPT has. We are adding an edit button as well. It's just going to show up just like that. Okay. Next, every option should have normal. We did that. User general settings, add industries. This is something currently the current industry is digital marketing. So folks, what you're going to have soon is right here above knowledge base. You're going to have an industry with a drop down like this. And currently it's for digital marketers, but you're going to see education and different things like that. And once you switch industries, what's going to happen is all of your presets, all of your icons here are going to change. You'll have things like resumes, lesson plans, and then we'll have industries for maybe accounting and legal and paralegal and all those different things. I'm not excited about that. I'm not super excited about that. I'm telling you, it's not my top of mind, but it's here. We're trying to get that done by January. We have people asking for different industries, so why not? Okay, that one we just went over. Oh, this is my favorite one. We're adding AI into the document editor. So I'll basically just show you what that means, is that once you have this, it's another bug. Did you see that down there? It just crashed. I clicked on this little arrow here. Just crashed the app just before. So what we're going to be adding is the ability to highlight any text and then right click, and we're going to hijack this menu and put our own menu there. Excuse me. And that menu is going to say this. So imagine for the document editor, a nice thing would be to be able to select text and then have a menu, have like a menu show up with a pop-up that says the following. Let me just see if I can put bullets on these. All right, folks, it's going to be a second. It's just going to be easier for us to see. All right, almost done. And almost done. Okay, so you will right click while you're in the document editor, and this menu will show up and you'll be able to say rewrite this. So in other words, maybe you just don't like this paragraph, right? Instead of having to put it into the chat and say rewrite this, you'll just right click and click on rewrite. And imagine now once you do that, you'll be able to say fix grammar and punctuation, more like this. So if you like that paragraph, you click more like this, it'll give you 3 more paragraphs like this. And then you could choose which one's the best. Expand on this. Like if you like this, but you feel it's too concise, you'll right click and say expand on this and put it right in the document editor. It'll expand on it. We'll have make longer. I don't know if we need that. If we have expand on this, it's probably redundant. So I'm just going to just get rid of that. We have make more concise or expand on this. We will have simplify, like it's just too complex, just simplify it. Explain it to an X-year-old, explain. So explain it, you'll be able to say like explain it to an 8-year-old or a 15-year-old or something like that. Create an outline, create talking points, give an example, create a metaphor, find a related famous quote, make an analogy, find a related proverb, a related maxim, find a related allegory or parable, find a related aphorism, find a related adage, the old adage, or custom. You'll be able to just give an exact little prompt. This is something that you can do on the fly, and that's really great because you're working over here, you move stuff over here, and now as you're working in this document and you're reading and you're like, this is good, but I need more information, right click, expand on this. This is too complicated. Explain this to a 3-year-old. And it's just going to be an easier way for you not to have to go back to AI to work on your document. I'm probably most excited about that. It's probably like one of my top 3 things. I can't wait for that to get in there. Add to projects and other filters to view last modified. That's the one we just added today. All right, stuff that we're doing for the white label. And as we said, we're cleaning up the knowledge base as well. And some little feature requests here. This is metering, adding images to the editor. That's important. I want to be able to not only add AI images, but also the ability to add images like a Google Doc. We don't currently have that. We're going to build that in. Let's see. We don't have something to delete. We want, like, if you add something into the knowledge base, we're going to allow you to delete it, and we're going to allow you to retrain. We're adding all the things like the YouTube scraper, the PDF scraper, all the different data sources you're going to have. You're going to be able to do files, text, websites, Q&A, Notion, YouTube, audio, intake form. All those different things are going to be coming as well. Add a personal mode. I don't even know what this means. Oh, I like this. We're going to add a personal mode setting. So over here, this setting that we were talking about, I'm just trying to find that little thing that we had where it showed, maybe it's up here. Bear with me a second, folks. I'm trying to find the thing where we had the new side collapse. I could have sworn we had an image for that. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so we're going to add something in here called personal mode, and you can turn it on and off. And what you're going to do is you're going to create different profiles. Like there might be the Donna Fox profile, the Mike Filsaime profile. And what you're going to do is you're going to, if we look at like ChatGPT and they have this thing here in custom instructions, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you? Like you'll be able to put information about you. And then once it knows that, what's going to happen is you're not going to get this in the output, your name, right? It will actually write the emails like, hi, my name is Donna. At the end, it'll say signed off, Donna Fox. So it's just a minor little thing called personal mode that when you have it turned on, that any email will be written from you and it'll be signed off by you rather than saying insert company name, insert your website name. It'll have all of that stuff as well. Here we go, more APIs like Claude, Google, etc. when they come. So we're just waiting on all of that stuff. Little thing that we're doing in the Chrome extension, you're going to be able to log in. So this Chrome extension, you're going to be able to log into Groove.ai. And if you have a Groove.ai account, all of these things you're going to be able to pull up. It's basically going to swap this out with the Chrome extension. You're going to be able to have this. And all of your presets and your knowledge bases are going to show up in the Chrome extension. So that's coming. And so why is that good? You're going to be able to travel with Groove.ai to every website, just like this. If you don't know, you can go to Groove.ai/extension and add this extension. Right now, it doesn't hook up to a database, but that's what's coming. So as I said, you'll be able to log into Groove.ai. And then the rest is what's coming soon. So guys, that's been a 2-hour live stream. I'd rather just come back fresh. And let's just call that the update live stream. I wanted to do some news, but I've got 2 more hours worth of stuff. I don't want to go 4 hours. I think everybody will appreciate it if we knock it out. I'm going to get with Donna. It might be Thursday. It might be Friday. It might be Monday. But over the next couple of days, we're going to pop right back in, and we're going to talk about some exciting things that are going on in the world of AI. I think we didn't even take a break today. We went through. Donna, what do you think? Any questions that we have from the members? Anything that we should cover in the last 10 minutes before we wrap up? And do you think it's a good thing to break and just do a news update rather than going another 2 hours?
I like the idea of breaking rather than going another 2 hours. So I'll answer that question first. We can probably reschedule one for the end of this week if that works for you. I've been mostly managing all of the questions. I think the one question that I don't know if we addressed was when we'll be able to train the knowledge base with other types of files than text files, like PDFs and videos, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so if I share my screen again, the issue that we're having, Donna, is right now, I've got these things are in these columns, like over here, bugs, system prompts, UI. And like if Artie is like rolling down all of these things, like he may be looking at the knowledge bases like, well, that's in the 5th column over there behind white label, right? So he and I need to get in here and we need to understand that this is just a way for me to categorize this, but we need to like create a new thing over here, right? Like called next sprint, right? And now we're going to move this all the way over to here.
And then what we need to do is say, okay, well, this is a bug. This is something for prompt settings. This is something for the UI. But like not look at the knowledge base as being, well, we don't have to get to that, because to me, the knowledge base is one of the most important things. And then we can just say, oh, well, we need to get this into the next sprint, right? Like that's our 30 question stock, right? The next thing is what we were just saying here about need more data sources, right? Like people want to be able to add to websites. That's what you were just asking, right? Like these data sources, right? So that is something that I'll work with Artie, and we need to say, basically, let's drag what are the 10 things we agree for the following week to get into the next sprint. And that's what we need to do. So yeah, we'll work on that as well. But yeah, it's pretty much coming. You're seeing there's a lot of stuff here, guys. And like I said, old Groove mentality was go wide and make promises that you can do images, you can do video, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And we're holding ourselves back. Trust me. It's like, you see what it's going to take. Let's just get Content Copilot done. And then like literally, we really want to do something where we never have to come back to it. We might say, hey, somebody just suggested a good feature. Obviously, we'll do that. But I'm excited about getting to Content Copilot. But we can't be working on all of these things at the same time. It's like pushing up. Let's push one rock up the hill, then the next rock, rather than having 10 rocks and go, move this one an inch, move this one an inch. But it's going to take 10 years to get them all up the hill. And then you're not using anything in its potential. So it's, but the answer is just, hire 100 developers. But that's not possible. These things take time. And look, we built this. So far, it's been 4 months. 4 months since the first day we started coding. Maybe 4 months and a week. And we've done this. And so can you imagine what we're going to be doing over the holiday season? And by Christmas, we'll knock out the white label. The knowledge base will work. The Content Copilot will work. And then, Donna, wait till you see the next one that we're going to do. Some of the new stuff coming with the DALL-E 3. I wish we had time to get to it today. It can do text now.
Yeah.
It's if you've seen some of the videos about it, yeah. Donna, I'm going to give you a couple of videos just to give some people. We're going to do some kind of reacts videos to them, but let's just go to YouTube, and I'm going to drop some videos for you in chat here. So we're going to go to Matt Vid Pro. So everybody's like, biggest updates ever, and they really are big. And so I will leave the caveat. I can't tell you to give these videos to everybody without giving a caveat, because they're going to be like, are we going to be getting that? Are we going to be getting that? Here's the next one. Those are two. And then we're going to do Matt Wolf as well. Anna, Matt is blowing up.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's crazy.
He was invited to Microsoft, and they sat him like, this is the front seat, and then this is the middle seat. And it was like iJustine, and then another like huge tech company, and then Matt Wolf. And they invited him and said, we want you front and center. They're realizing these, and like these, like I remember MKBHD and a couple of other people were like, there used to be like, 9 to 5 Mac, these bloggers and like Gizmodo, and like the YouTubers were like kind of, and now they're realizing YouTubers are bigger than Wall Street Journal. And the fact that Matt Wolf was asked to sit like in the front seat, like they're getting it. They know that these AI news guys are the people to get them. So let's do his latest 2 videos are really important. So we're going to do this one. This is Matt Wolf. That's an ugly link, but it looks like it works. And then let's also do. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. And I want to talk about install AutoGPT. We're going to wait and talk about what AutoGPT is. It's essentially this that I was so upset that we didn't have access to, but it's this right here, advanced data analysis. They used to call it code interpreter. We now have that. And yeah, the DALL-E 3. So watch those videos. Donna's going to get them for you in the chat. We're going to be talking about some technology that's exploding in the scenes right now that we're going to be able to add to Groove.ai. That's just going to be so damn exciting. Another thing on the agenda that we're going to be talking about, I'm going to make a prediction. I think this is just a prediction. I think I'm going to be like 3% right. I think 11 Labs and HeyGen are going to merge. I think they should merge. I think one of them should buy each other out. I see one like SendGrid, one like Twilio, and then sooner or later they become SendGrid, Twilio. So I think HeyGen, the avatar company, is making major advancements. 11 Labs is making major advancements, and they're working together like partners now, like literally natively in the background. Donna, another thing that's just happening now is ChatGPT is now doing voice cloning with just, just a couple of sentences. So they're doing this new thing where it reads bedtime stories to your kids. So you'll say something like, tell us a little story about somebody named Joseph the Gopher. And then it'll repeat the story in your voice that it just recorded. And it's getting it like 90% just from that. So it's telling bedtime stories for kids. We're going to go over that when we do our next session. And then the other thing was, I want to look into that thing that we just saw, Donna, with, if we go here, this blew me away. Like I went silent for a minute. I was like, what is this? And I think this was at overview. This right here, the ChatGPT plugin. Mm-hmm. If we can get the ChatGPT plugin, what that may mean is that when we go to here, we may be able to actually plug in ChatGPT. And when we create that thing where we said out here, we're going to add chat. Instead of us just connecting to the chat AI, the reason why I'm excited, guys, is that it means that we're going to be able to get you guys access to this, which is something we were going to build in, which I'm going to be talking about. But you'll also be getting access to the plugins and the new thing that they're adding next. It's coming out like in a week or two. Those videos right there are going to talk about it. So you can watch those videos. If you don't want to wait, just watch the one that's called DALL-E 3 will be the best AI generator. And actually the one that says huge ChatGPT update, free DALL-E. So basically what they're doing, guys, we'll show my screen one more time, Donna, is that everything's going to be handled right in here through chat. So you're going to be able to say, like you do in Midjourney, make me an image, blah, 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 then add it to a PDF and remove the background of these sunglasses. And like they're bringing all the different modals into chat. And if that, like I just said, allows me to have the ChatGPT plugin, there's a lot less programming that we have. So that means that everything that's happening at ChatGPT is going to happen in Groove instantly, plus all of our additions. I'm going to look into that. You'll get news about that when we return either Thursday, Friday, or Monday. I have to look at my calendar. Donna and I are going to get together. And that's it. We're going to take you guys out with a song and a dance, the little Groove.ai robot, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate it.